It's Yahoo, Yahukanon, Dominovitz Kosai. The bell rings at right up at 6 o'clock in the evening here in Gastonia, North Carolina, where I am safely sheltered, well fed, kept by Yah's hand for his good purposes and will. Now, beautiful dinner tonight. Lovely people here at the Salvation Army. I'm not ashamed to say where I'm at because I know they're not going to be able to do nothing to me here. Because the Salvation Army has hard, fast rules that if you violate them, across the board, you're not going to get away with it. And I don't want to get away with nothing. I want to be compliant, and I want to be an example unto the brethren and sisters here that why they're in these shelters remains quite evident from how the church system operates itself. Do you see my eyes and how unhappy I am about what I hear from people? That's why I'm a street preacher. That's why I'm a street minister. That's why I'm a scholar. That's why I'm not a theologian. That's why I always strive to be everything that Yahushua Messiah, Jesus the Christ of Nazareth, would have me to be. Joy brims from my face despite the fact that people continue to reject me for what they think is off the cage. Well, you know, some of these people are people I've actually spent a lot of time ministering to and telling me, oh, I'm going to unfriend you from Facebook now, while her son is still in jail begging for advice about this situation that I'm in with her son, and the same situation I'm in, and the same situation about all the other things. That doesn't mean I'm upset about her, but she's just going to have to understand that things are worse than we've been led to believe. You know, look, I mean, it sounds boastful, but Paul had to do the same thing. You know, Paul, why? Because he was a PhD scholar also under Gamaliel. You know, that's where you wanted to be if you were going to be of the Pharisees. You were going to get the big robes and all the big money, mammon. Think I want any of that? No, I'll tell you, that dinner I had tonight, though, was pretty darn good. That chicken sausage, it was Jewish kosher the way I like it, Torah compliant, and very tasty, and I love the zing and the spice, just like Emerald would say. I like the punch and the spice and the creamy, and I like the texture, and I like the aftertaste, and now the other things that Guy Fieri would like to say. See, you can all say I'm crazy. Why do you think Paul kept on addressing in his epistles about people thinking he was a fool? I'm a fool for Christ, just like he said it. I'm a fool for Mashiach, and I will be a fool. And if you want to drop out, hit the door. Because I'm not here to play cage box Christianity. If you want that, go jump back in the evangelical harlot. They've got plenty of cages for you to dwell in during your service. They're called pews. That kept you kind of locked in so you can't really leave right when you want to, or it'd be rude. Kind of have to wait till after the service, because you can't, if you're caught in the middle, you can't just jump out and walk out and leave like you ought to, even with your best and brightest. But another story I hear today now is another woman whose husband was going to die. Another Southern Baptist minister who was supposed to have been there to help him with his death was not there, because, see, Baptist ministers all the way across the board 100% of the time don't let their yeses be yeses and their no be no. They are all say and only do when you got the big tithe check. Yes, I act strange, because truth is stranger than the fiction you can write in Hollywood, because you can't make up what I'm saying, because I've lived it and I've experienced it. And you know what? I was one of them who couldn't always let their yes be yes and their no be no, because I was always so busy I never had time to pray about it. And even Martin Luther said, I don't have enough time not to pray a minimum of 3 hours a day. And he's darn right about that, which gives me great hope. about Martin Luther continue to say this, although I think the Nazis used his writings to exterminate some of my ancestors from, some of my Polish Jewish ancestors from Auschwitz. But nonetheless, I mean, that's why I'm a Hebrew. That's why I've declared myself a Hebrew, and that's why Yah has called me to be a Hebrew, because we've already talked about the concept, the Hebrew concept of what it means to be a Hebrew, out of the Hebrew. So anyway, this is calmer and milder because I'm not as crazy as many of you coined me to be. And the ones who have been through the same experiences, I can promise you, they know. They know. Because they've had the same experiences almost exactly to the T. Because see, when you got cookie cutter Baptist theology that seems to sound different, Arminian, Calvinist, Calminist, Arminist, whatever you want to call them, it's all the same. It's all the same story. I don't go for theology. You know, when you get a doctorate in theology, you're Belial, worthless. It's all about, all you ever studied was about what man said about what the Bible said. You shouldn't have to do that. The Bible's so simple, you can't make it complicated unless you really want, you have your own agenda. Again, this is Matityahu, Yahukanan, Dominovitz Kosai. And I'm very blessed to be here tonight. And you know, it is true that a merry heart, a hot shower, and soap and dirt off the body does make. Now, I'm sure you would all like to see me shave next, but, you know, I might not want to. If I'm seriously considering getting another accounting position, I guess I'll have to cut my beard in half, but I'm going to have a beard. Because I'm going to be a man of honor. Not a good-looking, clean-shaven boy who says and does not do and always finds excuses not to chew. Okay? Again, what I'm going to say to you tonight is, when we leave, I'm going to say, late Erev Tov, and the afternoon in this region. Lila Tov tonight at about 2 a.m. in the Africas. And you're almost going to be at about noon already in far Southeast Asia and Australia and New Zealand and the Papua New Guinea. So I'm going to tell you Boker Tov anyway, because I'm still looking for that ginseng tea. I'm ready to taste it, Southeast Asia, Australia. Start praying about me coming over there, because, you know, I've already said I want to preach. And I love you all, and I want to visit you too, and have you join me in the work of the gospel there, under the name of Yahuwah Elohim, according to Yahusha, his mighty son, who went to the stake and died on there, buried, died, rose from the dead, at the right hand of Yahuwah our Father in heaven. Shalom and shalom.